Hi, I'm Garrett,
Hi, I'm Jonna.
and
We're
we're
here
here
to
to
talk
talk about
about
hedgerows.
hedgerows.
So hedgerows consist of perennial shrubs, forbs, and trees that are planted intentionally and strategically to basically bring certain ecosystem services to your farm. Here we planted ours mainly as a habitat for beneficial insects and birds. However, hedgerows can be used for a lot of other reasons, like alongside waterways and also alongside roads as visual barriers, and honestly, like as an amazing aesthetic benefit to bring to the farm.
Sequester carbon, which is great for our climate and for the health of our planet. And we're going for the mimicking Mother Nature because nature knows best and she's our greatest teacher. And providing nectar and pollen for our beneficials, and it also attracts hummingbirds, beautiful insects. It's really important that we incorporate all these different aspects into our crop production, because when our crop is in production, we'll have these insects already on site because we're providing all the food and nectar for them and the habitat for them to stay around.
Huge idea to hedgerows is basically to increase your diversity on the farm. So many large-scale agricultural fields are they're just huge monocultures that basically don't provide any habitat for these beneficial insects and birds and other creatures that do like a lot of heavy work for you. And a lot of people think that big scale agriculture or field cropping isn't necessarily compatible with diversity. And so I think people really need to shift their paradigm and start to try to implement more diversity in their farms, because here we planted them alongside our fields, alongside either edge, and so they're not even in the way at all, but they do provide this awesome just visual aesthetic as well as a microclimate for these insects to live in. Even once they get bigger, they're going to be blocking some wind from hitting the fields and drying out the soil, and they're going to be retaining moisture in that root area and really like stimulating the soil there.
So we planted a lot of perennial shrubs and herbs. In particular, we did yarrow, which is Achillea millefolium. We did some ceanothus, concha, and Yankee point, coffee berry, deer grass, alum root, sugar bush, quail bush. These are, by the way, these are all California natives. So that's another benefit to the hedgerow, is we're like giving back to the land, and we're like bringing back the California natives, and those are going to be propagated more, and we're going to build more hedgerows. So that's great for the earth. So we have the penstemon, which is in flower. We have the aster, which is in flower. So many different plants and shrubs that are native. So we also have the coyote brush, which is a native California brush, and you see it all over. We chose the male variety because it doesn't have these tufts that come out, that we don't want them to spread all over cannabis. And we have the toyon, which is also like a small tree, and that produces berries, and the birds eat those. And we have a fuchsia, which is a beautiful, vibrant flower color, red and other colors as well, and that attracts beneficial insects. And also bumblebees, which we want to help with the pollination of native species and keeping the populations of bees growing. That's another big reason why our beneficial hedgerows are so valuable and important to our land and to the native species that live there. By having these plants in flower, like we've been talking, they provide pollen and nectar for these predatory insects to feed off of, as well as providing shelter and habitat. So the idea is that we just planted them a few months ago, and the rain came, just watering them in, and it was just such a blessing because they thrive off rain, and it makes it easier for us so we don't have to irrigate, and they're gonna get bigger and stronger and then really start flowering, and that's when they're really gonna be the most beneficial. In specific, yeah, we have 3 different varieties of sage, salvia varieties. We have Salvia spathia, Salvia mellifloria, and blue celestial sage. Now, these sages not only smell great and amazing to us humans, they also produce beautiful flowers for the hummingbirds and the predatory insects, and they also repel unwanted pests that gravitate towards our cannabis crop. And they also have medicinal uses. So that's one of the plants that we chose, and we have them interplanted within our shrubs. And then we also the yarrow, which once it's flowering attracts predatory insects, which, you know, lady beetles or mini wasps and hoverflies that feed on aphid. These beneficial plants are our companion plants for our field, and they will be helping us in the short term, long term, and the big picture. So we're so grateful.
Yeah, the key there is that there's so many different varieties from different families, and the idea is that they'll be flowering throughout different times. And so really the key here is diversity, because diversity will bring resilience to your system. And if you don't have diversity, you're paddling upstream, working against nature. So
also, I want to give a shout out to Sam Earnshaw, who has helped direct us in the building of this hedgerow and helped design and choose these native California plants. So
you can find Sam's information at hedgerowsunlimited.com online, and hit him up if you have any questions, or you want to build a hedgerow on your farm or at your house. He's very willing to help out any people to bring more hedgerow. He's the hedgerow guru, so he's hit up Sam for any of your hedgerow needs. So in our quest over here to build hedgerows and learn Mother Nature's systems and build our soil health, we really appreciate and love all of you guys that support us and enjoy the plant medicine that we're producing here. We really couldn't do it without all your support. Even though we get caught up here and we're so busy on the day-to-day, it's nice to take a moment and really appreciate and thank all of you for all of your continual support.
Yeah, thank you so much. It means a lot to have so many people receiving this medicine that we grow, and we work really hard, and it feels even better to know that our community feels the same way about this plant, this amazing plant, and that we have all these other plants that we are incorporating into the system, and we're just so grateful. I'm so grateful, and I'm excited about the growth and the evolution and the improving health and quality of the medicine. And also just thanks for talking to us about this hedgerow that we were really excited about, and we hope that y'all get to see the growth of it and maybe come back and check it out.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Thank you so much.
It's gonna be rocking.